All projects require a level of coordination. We're measuring with a tape measure or Lidar scans. It doesn't matter because it does need to be coordinated with other trades. The traditional method involves hours of operation and extreme amounts of resources. By using new technology and better software, we're able to improve the coordination workflow and reduce lost time, rework, and we're able to correct human error. If we use BIM 360, we help to coordinate with Revit and Navisworks and to solve some issues that arise during our construction process. Also, we will explore different tools such as Lidar scans using drones and maybe the HoloLens and some portable equipment as well. IMAGINiT Technologies. Well, we're an Autodesk Platinum VAR. We've got 25 years of experience, 45,000 satisfied customers. We're the largest services partner with Autodesk, and we've got the largest staff of technical experts in the industry. We have 135 and counting. We've got a dedicated technical support team, data management teams. We've got a reality capture team as well. We've got 36 authorized training centers, 12 mobile labs, and 8 online labs. And my name is Norman Aiken. I've worked in the AEC industry for 31 plus years. I've helped to implement new technologies in construction workflows. I've helped to train construction teams to work with new processes and technologies. I've been a BIM instructor for AGC America, for AIA America, and I've done a few classes at Autodesk University. What is coordination? We're also going to look at traditional coordination, the old school methods. We're going to do non-traditional coordination with early BIM coordination, as well as the online coordination and other technology. Coordination. What is coordination? It's the ability to view trade models and drawings together, avoiding costly rework and wasted construction time. In our current construction climate, we find ourselves with less time to coordinate and more time to build. Coordination is the ability to view these models and to prevent the downtime. So if we have a clash, what does that equal? Clash equals downtime. To understand modern coordination, we have to look at coordination efforts from the past. The first area we want to look in will be tools and process. If we look at the tools look about the same as what we had in high school drafting class. And if we take and look at what was done in ancient Egypt, we see that they drew all of their designs on papyrus, and they would have to take and lay those papyrus on top of each other. Okay? Or they would lay them side by side and coordinate at that measure. And you say, well, Norm, what kind of modern trades were there in ancient Egypt? Well, I don't know so much about ancient Egypt other than building the pyramids, which were very complex, and they had to have some ventilation system, some ductwork, if you will, that had to be coordinated, and it couldn't just be put in. But also, if you look at some of the tombs that have been recently excavated in the Mediterranean area, there are battery lamps in these tombs that have been there since 1700 BC. So pre-AutoCAD construction or pre-AutoCAD coordination involved the same methods that we had for the 2,500 years prior. Our drafting tools remain the same, and when the light table was first created, we made a discovery, and we thought it was an entirely new process. We would lay vellum or mylar on a table with a fluorescent light behind it, and we could see the transparency of those files. We could see through those files so that we could work in a 2D environment. We could see where the trade models lined up. And for the most part, pre-AutoCAD, it was still hand-drawn in black and white, or pencil gray and white, if you will. So Once AutoCAD came about in the early 80s, we were able to look at our coordination in a totally different way. By having colored layers, we were able to see the difference between the electrical, the mechanical, the plumbing, and so on. Once AutoCAD was introduced, our process was still the same, though, in that we were using a light table, or in this case, it was AutoCAD layers. As technology improves, our processes will improve. When the BIM process was introduced, the tools were really starting to modernize the process, and it was mostly the same. Okay, so we had modern tools now, but the process was still the same. What we would do in early BIM adoption was to come in and build a trailer. We would take the trailer and we would spend a lot of money to make a BIM trailer so that we could sit together and coordinate. So a BIM trailer was a place where all the trades can come together and look at the models in one environment. For the most part, though, this was still paper on a light table, because we would look at the models, we would decide, okay, who needs to correct it, we would write it down on a printed set of drawings, we'd give those printed set to each other, and then we would go back to our office and we would work from the red lines. We would put that information from the red lines. Now, Navisworks came out, and it was a big step in the coordination process. However, Navisworks, you had to mark up the drawing. You had to send that file back out to people. Then people would teams would open up the Navisworks file, bring it back into their authoring software such as Revit or AutoCAD. Now, through the process, okay, we have changed to where a non-traditional coordination would be moving to the cloud. With a changing work environment, working from home versus working in the office, we've had to step up our work in a new and different way. The leading program is the Autodesk Construction Cloud, or the Autodesk Unified Platform. This platform takes Autodesk Document Management as the main data library to coordinate, collaborate, and build your project. The platform is completely cloud-based, works well with desktop applications such as Revit, AutoCAD, and Navisworks. The model coordination package takes the trade models and will automatically coordinate and write a clash detection matrix that can be used by all partners to create a constructible project. Once this matrix is created, the user can go and highlight the clashes that pertain to a particular trade, assign and correct and solve the clashes. Through the coordinate tool, issues can be written and passed to the appropriate team members. Those team members can see the coordination issues in the authoring software such as Revit. The authoring software can then upload the file back to the construction cloud, and the construction model is updated on the cloud. And with every update, it is updated in every team's space as well. The latest version is always available online. Document management is the backbone of the BIM 360 platform. There's also document management in the Autodesk Construction Cloud, but we're going to look at this version in the BIM 360 cloud here. So as we look at this, we see our folder structure, so we can put all of our folders in the right places. And for coordination, we just establish that everyone is in the right folders so that we can go in and start collaborating that. And I'm going to look over at the architecture folder just real quick. And I'm going to say we've got a few files in here. These are all Revit files that have been uploaded. What's unique is each time you upload the file, it's going to create a new version. So as that new version comes in, you're going to always have the latest and greatest. And I'm just going to open up a file to take a look at what information comes here. And so this file is a 3D building that is placed into my BIM 360 platform. So when I open up a model, it shows me a 3D view of the model. It shows me all of the different 3D views that have been loaded, okay, as well as any of the 2D information, the plans and the drawings. And so I'm just going to leave it on 3D, but I want to create an issue because these tables right here need to be bolted down so that when the wind comes, the tables won't blow off and blow out into the sea. So I'm going to create an issue here. And again, I'm doing some pre-coordination work on this. And if I just go to create issue and place that issue, I'm just going to place it on the one table. And then I'm going to title it. I'm going to put the title here and say, anchor table to structure. And I'm going to assign it to a role or a company. And if I look through here, I've got some various companies placed in as well. So I'm just going to assign this to me. And then I'm going to choose a due date to have this done. So I'm going to put it here. But in my description, well, I'm going to give it a location because it's in Tower 1. And I've got my details and the owner. But the root cause, okay, I'm going to say it's a design coordination issue. Okay, so it's a coordination issue, and I'm going to just describe it. Connect with structural for anchor locations. Okay, and then I'm going to create that issue. Okay, as that issue is created, you see it goes next in line here. It says a new issue was created. Now, when I go back and look at my Revit file, I'm going to look at these issues. So again, I can do pre-coordination before the time comes to do the coordination. So I'm just going to close this file down or close this drawing down and go back to my home page. With my home page, you see that under the document management, I've got folders, reviews, transmittals, and issues. Now, after I issue, I place my issues in document management, I can go into the model coordination module, and I can look at this and say, hey, this is where my models are coordinated automatically through the model coordination program. And I see that there are various models. And if I scroll down the list, every model is located in here, but this is not just every model, but it's every 3D view that's in the project itself. And as I look at that, I say, okay, now what happens when BIM 360 creates a clash, or clashes? It creates a clash matrix. And this clash matrix shows me a list of all of the clashes within that model itself. It gives me a heat map, and it shows me the number of clashes is the highest at 3330, and so I imagine that's just a simple, it's not a real clash. It's probably a penetration or a wall touching a floor or something like that. And so I can pretty much ignore that, but I might just look at them anyway. And then as I'm going through, the smallest number is the lightest color on your heat map. And so there's 9 clashes here. So I'm just going to look at that. As this is loading, it's going to load up the models, the 2 models that are clashing, so that I can go in and start to put those clashes to rest. As my models open up, I can see my clashes here. So I'm looking at, it says 14 clashes, and here's the list of the clashes. What this is telling me, and as I look on these lights right here, that these lights are in the wrong place, or either that or this duct is in the wrong place. So I'm just going to select all of them. Okay, so there's my clash reports, and I'm just going to give myself a different view of this. So there's all my objects that are clashing. Okay, and I'm going to create it as an issue. So I'm going to create a new issue. And with this issue, it says it's a coordination, it's clash. The status of this is open. So I'm going to pick a location, which I'm going to pick that area right there, those lamps. And I'm going to title, and I'm just going to say light in duct. I want my titles to be descriptive so I can do a quick look and see what it is. And I'm going to assign it to myself. Okay, I'm going to pick a due date for that, and we'll just make it the 28th. We're going to pick a location. This is in Tower 1 or Tower 2, either one. Okay, the location details. Okay, I can put that information there. You know, I'm the owner, the root cause, and I'm going to say it's a coordination issue. Okay, and it's a constructability issue. And as I look at my description, it automatically generates a report for those clashes. It shows my, here's my primary model and my my clash with model. Okay, and I can do that as many times as I need to based on the models that I select. So again, if I go back to my clash report, here's my models, and I'm looking. Okay, here's the BIM 360 architectural lobby. Okay, here's the BIM 360 MEP. So I'm just going to collect this button. So when I click this button, I come in and it's like, as soon as the models get loaded, then I can come back and put the clash information together. I chose the architectural model because that's the one I just created the issue in when it was pre-coordination. So now I'm going to look at the model from a pre-coordination standpoint and a coordination standpoint. If I look at my clash over here, I've got 691 clashes, and I can see that this internal MEP file is moving through walls and everything. And right now I'm thinking, well, maybe it's not an issue, maybe the penetrations aren't showing up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick one, okay? And I see, yeah, these clashes are showing up because, that's a good one there because the cutout is in the wrong place on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to take that one and I'm just going to grab those clashes so they're all together, and we see it's the same on both sides. Okay, and I'm just going to create this as an issue and say, it's a coordination clash. The title is the basic roof and 3 other objects. So in the first example, I had to put the title in there. This example, since it's showing real clashes and not the entire model, it gives me a specific. I'm going to assign it to, so I'm going to assign the clash a location. Okay, I'm going to assign it to me. I'm going to give it a due date. Let's scroll down here of May 28th. That sounds good. So I'm going to give it a tower location, which is Tower 1. I'm going to say the details. This time I'm going to say on the roof. Cutouts wrong. So that's my location details. Actually, I just need to say it's on the roof. Okay, so I'll put on the roof. The owner, of course, that's the person who created it. I'm going to say the constructability of this is an issue. And it says right here under my description that's automatically filled out. It says 3 clashes between basic roof in BIM 360 architectural, okay, and the lobby and waiting area. So it's showing that I've got a problem here. And at this point, if I just hit create, I will have that issue in my model coordination, in my documentation, okay, in all of my BIM 360 programs. So that makes my coordination that much easier. When I'm done creating all the clashes in this model, then I'm just ready to go back and close that out. And I can see from any point in the matrix here, or if I look at the models, I can just say who's been assigned to what, and then I can see all of those issues that have been assigned. Once they've been assigned, it's up to the person that they're assigned to come in and either close them, answer them, or write an RFI for them. When I open up my Revit model, I want to make sure that it has been cloud coordinated. So if I look here at this symbol here, it says it's been cloud coordinated, and it shows me the path, BIM 360, Aiken 360. That is my project, and it shows me what files it's in. So I'm ready just to open it then. So I open the file, and this may take a few seconds to work through the open. Once my file has been opened in Revit, then I can come in and start seeing what issues I have. So if I'm going to look at this model, I want to come up here and hit Issues and manage my issues. So I want to turn that on, and then I see here are the 3 issues that I just placed in on document management. So to view this a little better, I'm going to take it and give it shaded with edges so I can see that information. I look and go, oh wow, I've got these 3 open issues, and all I have to do is select the issue, okay, and it's going to open that issue, and I've got display the push pins up here as well, so it's going to regenerate my model. But yet here's that push pin that I just placed, okay, in my document management page. So I've got number 37, fountain has been approved, coordinate with trades. So as I'm looking at this, if I want to go in and say, well, okay, I need to see what I've got as far as fountains go. So if I just look over at my families that have already been loaded, and I look to see if I've got fountain. If there's a fountain there, then I can go ahead and load it. But in this case, there's probably not a fountain. I haven't created one yet, but I just want to check. I've got mechanical equipment, and if I scroll on up to, okay, elevator. So if I wanted to put a fountain in here, I would go to my families and look for a fountain. That I don't have a fountain loaded, I've got fitness or fly machine, so I've got some fitness equipment. I haven't designed a fountain yet, so I'm just going to go over here on my issue, and I'm going to say, I'm going to answer that one, but I'm going to say that this comment is, okay, so it says I'll check with electrical and plumbing, and we'll get back, but it's being coordinated. It's not falling under the seat cushion somewhere. And so when I look at that, I go, great, that's good. So I can just jump over here, answer it, and be done. And then I can go through each and every issue that is mine that's then assigned to me. So once the model has been published back to the cloud, you see that the coordination issues are answered or resolved or closed based on the work that we did. So now this is an instant communication. It's not the 1 week turnaround time that we had before, but now with very little resources and very little people, we're able to put this in coordinate, and we're able to just keep on working. Using other technology for non-traditional coordination is becoming more and more feasible as the price of equipment comes down and as the knowledge base of using the software to do this goes up. Coordination through reality capture is the future of non-traditional coordination. By using drones, reality capture cameras, and HoloLens technology, we can further explore coordination. As we see here, you can view a model through the HoloLens, a virtual model, so that you can physically walk through that space without ever having to leave your desk. Once that space has been walked through and created, okay, then we can come back and coordinate with our manufacturing team from what was discovered in the field, so that when we're pre-manufacturing a system of ductwork or a electrical system, it can be correct in the field based on the model. Lidar scans are used to determine existing conditions, okay, as well as finding out where where beams come together, where there are disconnects for systems. And it's just an exciting and newer technology that, again, is, as the price is coming down, it is becoming more widespread. So we covered some of the basics of traditional coordination, as well as some aspects of non-traditional coordination. My contact information is Norman Aiken or naiken@rand.com, and there's my cell phone number. And so I appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time today, and thank you very much.